Hey guys, how's it going? It's Colton here. Today we're looking at the first half of the Nokkematsu figures. Probably about a month or two ago now, we looked at Ichimatsu, Jushimatsu, and Todomatsu. I had Choromatsu at the time, but I needed to pick up Osomatsu and Karamatsu. We finally have them, so we're going to be doing that today. One little great detail I didn't realize about the boxes is that because the brothers are packaged in such a way, always, it doesn't matter what company does it generally. These are Sega, of course, that made these Noodle sitting figures. They're packaged to have Osomatsu and Karamatsu on these ones, but the actual colors as well. You know, you got the red and the blue pine trees there, and then the names on top, and then Choromatsu and Ichimatsu, and of course the Jushimatsu and Todomatsu are the same way. You know, you'll see that if you go back and watch the other video, but it was a detail I didn't really notice until I picked up these two, because I noticed the banner colors actually first, and then I looked at Choromatsu and I was like, I'll be damned. So we're gonna open up these guys real quick, starting with Osomatsu. There's our boy Osomatsu, looking a little schmammered, holding up coffee milk, I believe. Has to be what it is. They don't serve that at the bathhouse. Could be drunk from before they went to the bathhouse, of course, but I don't, off the top of my head, ever remember them doing that. I feel like that's super dangerous anyways. Don't ever do that, guys. Open up Karamatsu next. There's Karamatsu. Obviously, he needs something to actually sit on. I am drinking a Coca-Cola right now, so we could try that. See if he sits on it good. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Get a little bit further back so he's fully in frame, but so you can see him. Let me get this packaging put away real quick. But yeah, I mean, we'll get deeper into the details once I open up Choromatsu and we actually get all three of them on screen. One thing I'll say off the bat immediately, he's got the sunglasses. That's what I want from a Karamatsu figure, and like, this is one of the only ones I can think of where he has the sunglasses, actually. There is another one that's by Bon Presto that I'm hoping to pick up the whole set of, and we'll just review that in the future. I'm not going to spoil anything, though. And we've got Choromatsu. He's been waiting, like I said, a month or two. He's a little bit dusty at this point, but we're going to open him up. And then, again, needing to actually sit on something. Have Choromatsu. I'm not putting his ass near where my lips go on that goddamn can. Oh, he fell. Okay. Doesn't have as much room on the rim here. Yeah, and it's kind of more awkward. I think on the package it shows him, or somewhere I saw it advertised. Here we go. On a tissue box is what they recommend. Something flatter, obviously. It has more of a 90-degree angle to it. So for the purpose of sitting them on something, just for convenience, I had this in here because I'm going to be filming a video on this soon. So, you know, slight spoilers for a future video, but this is a Bandai Premium, I think, Girls Shop exclusive. I don't know how many of these are made. These are the Unizukin, I think it's how it's pronounced. It's all 6 of the Matsunos. Like I said, it was an online exclusive, I believe. Not 100% sure. All I know is that I have never seen it before or heard of it, and we're gonna keep it sealed for right now. But we're gonna put the Matsuno brothers on top of it. Actually, it kind of works perfectly. Oh, we could just take this off, honestly. As you can see here, it's got little cushions for the Unizuki to sit on, but they work perfectly for the display purposes of this video. Karamatsu sit. Yeah, he sat better on the Coca-Cola can, honestly. There you go. Now you can see him. We'll get them closer to the camera. Yeah, so you can see these figures are actually really beautiful. They have zero articulation, like most Osomatsu figures. It's just a reality of the situation we have. The proportions don't exactly call for great action figures. I mean, if you tried to give these guys, I know Rement made their super articulated figures. They look really great, but they have more realistic proportioned limbs. Their bodies are a lot bigger relative to the size of their heads, unlike in the show and a lot of the action figures that are released. And so it is one of those things that you just give up for the sake of staying accurate to the show. I do think that these figures, like I said, look amazing. They have all the details you want them to have and more. You can see, obviously, all of the brothers have the iconic hair sheen that identifies them, especially if they're wearing similar outfits and they're not color-coded. They made it a really big point to, as the series went along, color-code them more and more. But in the first couple episodes, you know, even my girlfriend kept asking, like, which one is which, because she just couldn't make the distinction, and I don't blame her. It takes you have to watch the show and really learn about their personalities to tell who's who at first, but once you do, it's so rewarding. And obviously all of the voice actors that voice the Matsunos, they're some of the most famous voice actors in all of Japan. They're all amazing. Every single one of them has voiced an iconic character, or several, or a dozen. Don't get me started on Daisuke Ono. Obviously, Takehiro Sakurai. We got Choromatsu's voice actor, and Karamatsu's. And off the top of my head, sadly, I can't remember who voices who. I know that in the original series for Mononoke, which I love, Takehiro Sakurai was the voice of Medicine Seller. And in the new movie that just came out in 2024, it's going to come out here soon, hopefully on Netflix, I read sometime this year. The voice of Choromatsu's actor actually is the voice of Medicine Seller, and that because of the controversy that had happened around 2 or 3 years ago at this point. We'll focus on each of them individually. Got here Osomatsu, looking really great. You know, I'm not such a fan of boy ass, so I'm going to turn that back around. We got him holding up, like I said, that coffee milk. These figures are perfect in terms of representing the character. He looks like he's drunk off his ass, like usual, when he's in a public setting, cheersing his brothers, you know, looking great. I have no real words other than just like, this is a perfect Osomatsu figure. Like, I wish that all the brothers sat more like this. I will say that I wish all of the brothers sat like this, more flat, so that you could display them all a lot easier, especially together. If they're hanging off the side of a bookcase or a shelf, it works perfectly for a lot of them. The bigger problem becomes that if you have any animals or small children, they're gonna knock it off, they're gonna knock into it, or something's gonna happen. So it's just, you have to be aware of what's underneath it as well at that point. But yep, Osomatsu, he gets a pass for me. This is amazing. I love it. Most people's favorite brother, it's Karamatsu. He is a great figure. Like I said, he does have some balancing issues, but not as bad. It's probably because this is slightly curved in, of course, this cardboard box. If I found something that was like a true 90, he'd probably sit perfectly. He sat a lot better this time, just trying to get him to balance. But besides that, like I said, like, he doesn't, his leg kind of curves in, and so it doesn't give you a full 90, and that's where the awkwardness comes in. But besides that, he looks perfect. This is such a great Karamatsu. He's probably one of the brothers that I have the least figures of, and that's not because I don't like Karamatsu. I love Karamatsu. The problem is that he is the most popular character, and so whenever I go to collect a whole set, he's usually the one that's missing. But him and Osomatsu were relatively, you know, they were like $5 a piece here, you know, when I got them together. So yeah, this is really great. I love this figure a lot. Other than the fact, like I said, I don't need to see any ass crack, and I don't need to have such awkward sitting figures, because, I mean, like I said, right there it's perfect, but sometimes, I don't know what happened, honestly. I guess it probably is just the box, but if it's a flatter surface, he's totally fine. I won't ding the figure for that, you know. Like I said, if it sits good, it sits good. I'm not gonna complain about that, because it looks so great that any other problem that I have with it is pretty much pointless. Other than, like I said, you know, the fact he can't sit flat just on any surface does kind of stink, but all you need is a slight 90. Like I said, that's an inch or less, or maybe a little more, but not my point. You need less than an inch to actually sit him down, so you could just build him a little pedestal. Wouldn't be a problem at all. Choromatsu, looking great. I'm not gonna lie, my least favorite Matsuno brother. Every Choromatsu figure we've looked at on this channel, and every single one that I've seen, just like all the other brothers, they're perfect. Like, I have no complaints about this figure as a figure. I have complaints about Choromatsu as a person, but that's neither here nor there. It's a perfect balance, again, like I said. But there, look, even on a flatter surface, he is kind of awkward still. I feel like it isn't just me. You have to finagle it just the tiniest bit. Choromatsu, not so much, and that's the thing, right? Looking at him, the expression is really cute. I wish that he had a more relaxed pose, maybe, or, you know, facial expression. I think that would make him look a little bit cooler. But besides that, it captures the character perfectly. I think that Sega here did as good, if not a better job than Bon Presto, because some of Bon Presto's color applications are really poor. They make the characters look sickly pale, in my opinion. Well, this is like the plastic that they use to mold this is great. And like sometimes, like I said, it's not bad, but I think back to the original WCF figures that I got, the art and scale, with anything else, I don't know, they just look awkward. Regardless, I think that these do a much better job than Bon Presto initially did with their Osomatsu figures. I know that Sega hasn't made many Osomatsu figures, but I do at the same time have to say that, like, you know, Bon Presto does an amazing job, regardless. I'm not gonna sit here and talk smack on either company when I'm thoroughly impressed with all of the figures that I've looked at on this channel. I want to check out the remint figures so bad. I just need to buy, like, at least 2 of them, just so that I don't make 6 videos of just those figures. I need to make, you know, I need to kind of spread it out, because Osomatsu content, there's not a whole lot of Osomatsu stuff in general, in terms of, you know, Osomatsu San merchandise. So, you know, that's why you'll see me turn one figure collection into 2 videos, because it's a lot easier for me to look at them individually. It gives me more time to spend with the figures themselves, and it gives me more content to actually publish. Last time we looked at the whole Pal Dolce collection, because in my opinion, they're just so small and they're really cute, but it's just all like, they don't warrant me making multiple videos on them. I don't think. At least that's how, it's the same way I feel about these figures here, which, like I said, we'll look at here soon, really soon. I just have to buy some batteries for these guys, and then we can look at them, because they are electronic Unizukin. But yeah, besides that, guys, like I said, I just wanted to look at these figures and show you what they were all about, because I really do like them a lot. We can get some quick measurements while we're here. They're all sitting almost exactly the same height, right at about 2 1/4 inches. There you can see. Yep, I would definitely recommend these guys, especially for the price. They are so cheap, it's not even funny. Yeah, I mean, you look at how much detail and personality they put into each of these figures individually, and there's just no going wrong with getting any of them. I would recommend them through and through, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys liked it, feel free to comment, subscribe, tell me which one you like the most. And yeah, we'll come back with that Unizukin video, and then we have quite a few videos to make, actually. I think we're gonna start a new Spy Family series on this channel, looking at the manga from where season 2 left off of Spy Family. I think that would be really interesting. I have all the mangas up to the current one, volume 13, so I think that we're gonna do that as well, start making some Spy Family content. I think we're gonna do some JoJo's content with my buddy Noel, and then Hajime no Ippo. So we have quite a few things in the pipeline. Along with, it was suggested to me to make a worst episodes of season 1 Osomatsu San video, so we might just do that as well, but it's gonna take some time to get that written, figure out which ones are my least favorite, really. You know, they might all just be the Totoko episodes from season 1, honestly. The clip show, I don't know if we can even count, you know, because it's just a clip show. Obviously it's the worst episode. It feels like a cop-out, but might just have to go on the honorable mention list. But that's all I've really got today, guys. Like I said, hope you have a good one, and see ya.